Hi, it's Claire, your intuitive reader. Am I reading your story? Well, we'll find out. Anyway, please like, subscribe, comment, share, turn on a little notification, and most importantly, sit down, grab your tea, coffee, whatever you're drinking, and listen to the story. So, here, let's get into it. So I got a download that someone is trying to use emotions. They're coming in and playing on your heartstrings because you're such a sweet person. You're so wonderful. And that is true. Your heart is as big as an ocean. But they don't realize that the depths of that ocean have things that they could never imagine. Like the reason your heart is as big as an ocean is because you've gone to the depths and you understand each dark corner of your heart. They don't realize that because they see your light, your beauty, your wonderfulness, your generosity as weakness. Oh, you're innocent and pure. Very interesting download. They've been working on this plan to enter, like, you know, use these emotions, use this this play on your heartstrings for a while. They've put this into practice. They're like, they came up with a plan and then they were like, okay, it's time to go. It's go time. And they've been working and working on it. So they put it into practice. They put all the components together and they put it in, and they've just been working and working. It's like, you must be a really important person for anyone to spend this much time trying to stop you by any means possible. I get that this is kind of a third-party situation, and I don't mean someone's cheating on you. What I mean is this could be a friend or somebody feigning to be your friend. It could be a social situation. It could be a work situation. Whatever it is, it involves other people. And these people are coming in and trying to use what they know about you, what they think they know about you. That's the funniest thing. And I get the feeling that, and like I said, I don't do reading like this all the time, but I get that they truly believe that they have some kind of power, that they are, you know, a seer, or they are magical in some way. But what they don't realize is that they're looking at it in a black and white sort of way. They're not looking at what it is. The moon is a circle. The moon is that yin yang. And you know that because you've gone to the depths of that ocean of your heart. And you see that nothing is black and white. It is all a mix of a cycle, an ever-flowing, you know, symmetry. And they're saying, like, so I see a scorpion here, and the moon is actually on the ground. There's a little teeny moon there, but it's like the scorpion. So moon in Scorpio, or a full moon in Scorpio, or even like, I forget what that's, the half moon in Scorpio might be relevant here. It also could have to do with your emotions around, like I said, they're trying to use your emotions. And they could be, because they think they're so magic, using magic. Like they think it's magic. And all of us who know, magic only, no matter what it is, prayers. Like people can pray all they want for you. If you don't accept the prayers, you don't want the manifestation from a prayer, it's not going to come into your life. And so unless you believe that they have power over you using moon magic or moon this or that to do something negative, they don't realize that everything has a positive, since it's a cycle, it has a positive and negative karma too. So if they do something in the dark, it's always going to end up coming to light. See, dark, light, light, cast, you know, on the shadows and lights it up. So what they're doing, what they think they're doing in the dark and keeping you blind is not going to happen. You are not stuck. You are not blind. You are not, your eyes are not covered. They just don't understand that you're choosing not to acknowledge the energy. Like, you're like, oh, okay, that's annoying. That's, you know, because they're trying to keep you from, you know, with this blinding, this keeping you stuck energy of not being able to see what's right in front of your face. They're trying to keep the light off the fact that you're an empress. You can create anywhere, anything. You could probably go into the woods and create something amazing. Like, people are like, I can't even make, you know, put together a bookshelf, and you could create something out of twigs. You could create art out of garbage. You could create a song out of just random words. You can create great food out of like almost nothing. And people are like, I can't do anything. And you're like, oh, I can. And I think that light, that anything is possible, that connection with the divine is what they're like, oh, I want that, but I also resent it. They're not having the flow of their dark and their light, so they're getting really stuck in their envy. And like, why can't I? They're placing a judgment on, they're wanting you to kind of judge yourself and your home life by their standards. They're saying, well, I will decide what the judgment is. And again, we have the light and the dark, and that judgment is a scale. Like I was talking about, that balance. So your energy is very balanced. You have the four wands, that four corners, that structure, that foundation, and they can't rock your foundation. Like, no matter what kind of magic or whatever they want to call it, it doesn't have any effect on you. But they've been really working on this. Like, oh my gosh, you've been like, they're like, oh, if I can just do this, this plan will work. I can, you know, bother them and do this, and I can get in their way. And you're like, that's funny. You're like, that's funny. Okay, I'm not even paying attention to you. I'm just over here having a good time. I'm over here creating, you know, out of, you know, whatever you have on hand, and you're having a blast because you have balanced energy. You know, you have that your passion is what leads you. Your heart, you know, it is an endless ocean because, like I said, you're not shying away from the scary parts. You're welcoming them in. You're like, oh, you can help me. And it's making you look vibrant. I mean, you got the Empress and the Queen of Wands. This is very attractive energy. This is very vibrant, light energy, fruitful. And, you know, you're also showing that you can manifest, you can create. So let's see what else we get. Oh, wow. See, like I said, the Nine of Cups is a great card, but what I see here with the Devil is that they're putting so much effort in. They literally think that by doing like incantations and TikTok witchery and even some stuff that they consider like, no, this is real. This is like, this will get them. It's just like, unless it resonates with that person's energy, it doesn't. It like bounces off. It, like, you know, a fake arrow. Oh my gosh, that's what came into my mind. Like a little arrow, but it's like got a foam tip, and you're like, hey, what the heck? Why are you like, why am I getting insects in my house? Why do I get leaks all of a sudden when who knows why they're happening? It's because they're doing the most to try to, you know, impact your heart space. What they don't realize is they can't even touch you because the water is constantly moving. It's constantly transforming. Like if they try to freeze you, you know, like I don't do any of this stuff, but I hear about it, like freezer spells and stuff like that. Okay, I'll just make a glacier and then I'll have penguins live on it. Or I'll make ice cubes, or, you know, ice cream. Like you change, like, oh, I boiled something and so I cooked something. That's, you put fire towards me. Or I'm trying to think of all the different saying things, like you putting a sword in there. Well, it's salt water, so that corrodes the metal. So eventually it just rusts and falls apart. I mean, try it out. Put a iron nail in some salt water and see what happens. It's not going to have the effect you think it's going to have on these people. Or, you know, or they, add fire to the land. And it's like, okay, well, that's a natural process on clearing the land, of creating, cooking things, cooking food. So the benefits they don't realize are just alchemizing in your life from their misdeeds, their way of doing things. It doesn't work on you. They're so bothered by this. They were hoping it would stop you, but you're just moving forward. You're like, oh, okay, well, I'll just go in a different direction. Oh, there's, it wasn't the day to do that. I'll do that another day. Oh man, I've got bugs or like, ants or whatever insects you're getting, or I got a little sick or whatever. And it's just like, oh, okay, well, I'll just do something else. Maybe I'll, maybe this is a good opportunity for me to go do this. So they're giving you opportunities and they don't even realize it. Like the more they come at you, the more you use temperance and go into hermit mode. And hermit mode is a great thing because when you come out of it, you're expanded. You've grown. So the more they come at you, the more you're like, okay, I'll just spend this time being in hermit mode and balancing my energy and grounding myself and keeping things flowing and really focus on my health and focus on my home. And then you come out of hermit mode. You come out of hermit mode with the Six of Swords. You just like, oh, okay, well, I won't go that direction. That was turbulent anyway. I'll go in this direction. And you end up finding, the place that you want to be. So that's, yeah, it leads you to a new opportunity, a new passion. Every direction you change to, you're like, oh, okay, you took my story idea. You took my song. Okay, well, I'll just make another song. I'll just do something else. So they really can't stand your strength. They think it's awful. They're like, I don't understand this. I've done the most to this person and they're still standing. This is not fair. This is not fair. But what they don't realize with the strength card, that's infinity. And so remember, whatever you're doing to someone, it's going to come back to you, but with that boomerang effect. So if you're really kind and loving to people, like you guys are, then you're going to get back 3 times that amount of love and support and, whatever you put out there. But if you put, if you wanted to decide to put something on one side, one end of the scale that wasn't so nice, your side of the scale is going to be very heavy with all the burdens that you have to carry now. And I don't see that for this collective, but it could be from a cross watcher or someone in your environment. So they just can't deal with this. This is causing like a problem within them, or like, this has always worked. No matter what I've done, like I've studied with the best people and they know how to stop. No matter who you are, I can stop you. I can do things and change the balance of your life. And it's driving them nuts. It's driving them crazy that everything they're doing, maybe they're doing death magic. Like, I'm sorry, but if I don't believe in that, it's not going to have any effect on you, right? Do realize that, right? And so all the work they've done, it's not changing anything. No matter what they do, it can't change your future, because the truth is, with the Ace of Swords here, the truth is that you are divinely connected with God. You're on God's path. You don't belong to yourself. You are connected to the divine. So everything you do is in the lines of being connected to God. So you're on, you're like on God's ship. Like the earth is God's ship and you're a crew member and God's the captain, or the divine is the captain. And it's like, okay, do this. I've been watching a lot of Star Trek. So, and you're like, okay, you're on your path. You're on your goal. You're alchemizing with God's plan. You're speaking the truth, because you can't do anything but speak the truth, because you would be defying your orders, your divine path. And you're on that path. You're like on the fool's journey. You didn't come down here on earth with anything except who you were, that you were connected to God, that it always, over and over, your life is connected to God. You're on God's journey, and you've never forgotten that. You work for the divine. You work for the divine. And I think you know that, but you need to believe it. You are that special, because we all are. We all work for the divine, but a lot of us want to play in the energy and pretend like we aren't like play fighting. Like, no, I don't have to. I have free will. You do have free will. That's a choice you make. You decide to, you know, break the orders and go off and do your own thing. You're no longer protected. You've now gone AWOL on your path. If I'm not saying you guys, I'm saying these people, they're like thinking this is a game. Sorry, but God plays for keeps. Like, here's the Queen of Swords. And I consider this kind of like in another deck. I swear it was like Wonder Woman or something. Or maybe that's just making me think that truth. You are on a divine path. It comes straight from the divine. And that's why you're able to manifest. You're not manifesting for your own selfish reasons. Like, oh, hey, I want to look like this, or I want to do that. You realize that everything about you is because God, the divine, gave you that uniform, gave you that skin, gave you that life, because you had a certain role to fulfill and excel at. And you have to remember that you are, you know, that that when you don't follow that, you have heartbreak. You realize, you feel lost. You're like, well, I don't know what I'm doing anymore. You know, I'm just kind of flying down and I'm now stuck. Like, I don't know what to do. And if you remember that you are on this path for God, that everything that you have done and everything that you are is about connecting and making sure you're on target for this journey. Yeah, like, don't let deception and everything get in your way of your work. You need to stay true to what's important, to the path, to the destiny. We are all, you know, spiritual beings on an earthly quest. The reason we're here on earth is because we chose to connect with others. When we're in the spiritual realm, we can't physically connect. That physical connection is extremely important. The ability to touch and to see each other. And we need to remember that we're on that path. Yeah. I mean, I could go on and on. I mean, I could go through the whole deck. But what I'm saying to you is, no matter what they pull at you, if you don't believe it, if you know it's not a part of your path, of your journey, if you start remembering who you are and remember that the depths of your heart is like the ocean, and that you know the dark places. Unlike them, they just guess. They just think they know you, but they don't. They don't know who you really are. And if they did, I don't think they'd be messing with you, because it's not going to end well for people who mess with people who are on God's and on the divine's path. So I love you guys. I really do. I really love you guys. And if this was your story, please like, subscribe, comment, share, turn on the notification, and hang out for a live. You know, just do all the fun stuff. And more importantly, just show up. So I love you guys. Bye.